Welcome, everybody, to another episode of my Motivational Monday conversations. And today I am joined with Mr. Jackson Drumgoole and his beautiful wife, ShDonna Drumgoole. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm well. It's so good to see you both on this Monday. So thank you for joining me. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yeah.
Everyone hear me okay? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So we are live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. And YouTube beautiful people are sitting over there looking fantabulous. I love the shirt.
Hello, Facebook. Hello,
What's
YouTube.
going on, family? How's everybody doing?
So what's up with these shirts, guys? I love these shirts.
Family first. Listen, as much things are going on in the world right now, this is the priority. Family first.
Family first.
Take care of us first. Come on.
I love it. It's beautiful. I love those shirts. So now, are these your own design? These are your own shirts? Because I know you have some entrepreneurs over there.
Yeah, absolutely are. You go to JacksonDrumgoole.com, shop and pick up any of the merch there, any of the products and services there.
Okay, I'm digging the shirts. All right. So once again, thank you both for agreeing to sit with me on this Monday motivation conversation. My last Monday, I spoke with another young lady who is a life coach, and as I told her, I said, "Listen, when I created this movement, I wanted to have these conversations or this series. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know why. I didn't know what was going to come of it. I just felt like." Why not? Why not every Monday in March have some amazing people on to talk about things that motivate us in our life, right? And then, of course, Jack, I sent you the message. I said, "Hey, would you be a guest?" And then I said, "You can extend that to your lovely wife too."
Yeah.
See what you all are doing. So I really appreciate you both. Committing to this Monday, as crazy as it is. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
We're honored.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And the fact that you said that we're amazing, I mean, that's
pretty good.
Yeah. No, I love your spirit. I love what you both stand for. I've heard you share parts of your story numerous times. And so why not sit down with you and just have an intimate conversation that I think will inspire those that are married and those that are not married. So that's the purpose of this conversation. And you are the creators of Working and Winning in Marriage, which is a Facebook group that you invited me to.
Yeah, exactly.
What did I say to you, Jack? What did I say to you?
Just get in the group. That's all I got to do.
Right. I was like, I would love to be a part of it, but
yeah.
But
one day
you're thinking about it, right?
Right. I'm thinking about it. And so Jack was like, "Yeah, just get in the group." And I'm like, I'll get in, I'll be quiet, and I'll just observe.
No. It's all about learning. I mean, that's what it's all about. A community of individuals learning from one another and growing from one another.
Yeah, absolutely. So here at the Relationship Zone, we like to talk about all things relationships, right? Love, life, and all things relationships. And I think that everything is a relationship. So I felt like, okay, I'll join and I'm sure I can learn. And you guys are posting some really great content. So I can appreciate that from a single person's perspective. But tell me, how did this thing come to life? Working and winning in marriage. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'll start, but I tell you, I'll start it, but I guarantee you she'll finish it because it was a team effort in the sense that we both realized that we had to help people. We needed a lot of help in our marriage. We've been together now for going on 20 years, about 20 years. And like I say, I'm gonna say this first time ever. I am a very easy person to love, but also a very easy person to leave.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Real talk.
I'm gonna be ready. First time saying that publicly.
That was thick.
I'm very easy to love, but I'm also very easy to leave. And what I mean by that is, with the same level and intensity that all that amazing stuff that people see in my life, there are layers and layers and layers of pain, hurt, agony that somebody has to go through with you. And she was bold enough, I've said it before, she was bold enough to go on that journey in my past with me and love the boy in me in order to build a man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it takes work. And again,
A lot of work.
And I'll be honest with you. We have yet to arrive. We are not there.
Nope.
We are not there.
I don't think there is a there. There's no perfection in this thing. We're not striving for perfection. We're just trying to be the best that we can be together.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, some scientists say and some researchers say that it takes about 30 to 40 years for a marriage to hit, that sailing rate. 30 to 40 years. I mean, we got 20 years. So we halfway there.
Yeah, y'all are on your way.
we're halfway there. And so we recognize that marriage is truly not meant for selfish people.
You can say that again. That's the truth.
Yeah, it's not meant for selfish. It's not meant for selfish people. And so we realize that, we need to help other folks because we need help along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk, we talk all the time about our team and about our community of folks that we have with us. But we have a very, very diverse group of people that we can call on.
Yeah.
And we want to extend that to our friends and family. We want to create a group to say, hey, you know what? I know you guys need help. Because one thing, I've said it thousands of times before, but strong families truly create strong communities.
Yep.
Strong communities create strong cities, strong states, and then thereby strong nations. But it starts with a strong family structure of a husband and wife looking each other in the face and saying, you know what? I'm going to put my needs aside to help to build your needs up. And she says, and we build this thing up, and then the children see it, and then their children see it, and they treat other people the same way. So it starts here.
Yeah, and we noticed too. We noticed that like couples start to come to us for advice and just to talk to us, and we're like, we don't have it all together. But for some reason, these people see something in us that that they can pull from, and by helping others, we've learned that it helps us.
Absolutely.
So that's why we figured why not extend that to
Exactly.
each other.
It's funny. I'm sorry. But I was saying,
go ahead.
It's funny. We'll spend an hour or so in a counseling session, a one-on-one counseling session with a couple, and then once we hang up, we spend about 2 hours. So does that sound like me? And she's like, yeah, that sounds like you. You do the same thing, and we'll go and we'll reconcile and start working it out ourselves. So it does. It takes work, but it's one of those fun things that we look forward to doing.
Yeah,
I love that, and like you just kind of alluded to, having the tribe, right? Having the group. So with that, how important is it, for a couple to have a tribe of support?
oh my gosh.
It is vital.
Yeah.
It is vital. I mean, you have to have a group of people around you that want you two to win.
The right group of
The right group of people that want you two to win. I don't think I have any single friends or friends that when I was single that are my friends now that can speak into my marriage.
Okay.
So no condemnation of that, but I'm just saying the folks that met us and say, you know what, I want you two to win. You two have something special. You two have something special that needs to be cultivated, needs to be built, needs to be established, and needs to be protected.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about, like I said before, a very diverse group of friends. And I can list a ton of them, but I don't want to leave anybody out.
Be very selective. As you know, Jackson he's the outgoing one.
Yeah.
I like people too, but he's like outgoing. But so to me, I am more guarded as far as my relationships are. Like with him, he'll talk to anybody. Not saying he'll let everyone in.
Right.
He'll talk to anyone where I'm on the sideline, like, I got to watch you for a minute before I, let you in. So it took us a while to know that, these people are for us, and not against us,
Exactly.
So it takes a while to find those people, and you'll know it'll when it's right, it's right.
Typically for us, you'll see something, a strength in that particular couple
that you need.
Yeah, that you need. You'll see some of these folks are younger than us. Some of these folks are much older than us. Some of these folks don't look like us. They're not from our race. They're not from our culture. Not from the country. But they just have something. They have this certain je ne sais quoi, this certain wherewithal that you like, you know what? I want that.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, it's this, I'm talking about Dan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dan is a friend of ours in Washington State, right?
Okay.
White guy, blonde hair, stick straight up in the air like this. It's just, but he is the calmest, coolest guy you want to meet, you ever met. And his wife is so outgoing, and she just loves on him, and he's just like real laid back. And I was like, you know what, ShDonna, that's who I want to be right there.
Yeah.
That's who I want to be. And there, but him and several others are just part of our life, and they want us to win. Folks that literally will call me to the carpet and say, "Hey, Jack, you're wrong.
Yep.
You need to do this.
Yeah.
You need
Pray
to do that.
for us.
Pray for us.
Yeah.
And just pull on it and pull on the best in us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a few people jumping into the comment section. They're saying hello.
Hey.
And of course, we have Mike in.
Oh, 30. What's up, brother?
Good to
So-
see you
Karen.
guys.
Hey, Karen.
So for those of you that's watching, go ahead and share it out. Let others join us and come in. And, of course, you can drop some questions or leave some comments for the Jacksons. I'm definitely going to be putting it up there. Oh, the Jackson for the Drumgooles. I'll definitely put it up there. I know. It has like 2 last names. So I know that you both are obviously faith driven, and God is obviously the center of your relationship. Now, can you tell me, has that always been the case, and has it been a struggle?
It's always been the case.
Has always been the case. And I say, keep in mind, it has always been the case, and it hasn't been a struggle. It's been the glue, actually.
Okay.
It's been the glue. Again, I am not perfect and have never ever been perfect, and so never. Neither one of us.
I mean, I don't. It's a quick. You said that.
Never perfect.
You said that, Monica. Oh no, she's not.
But there's been a time that she, and it's still now, that she trusts the God in me more than she trusts me. And she said, I promise you, I wish, I can share out pretty transparently, like I said, the marriage hasn't always been, where it is today.
Right.
And she left me, like I said, for 3 days. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Took my daughter, just like Jesus, just left. Came back. Took my daughter and she left. And when she came back, she said to me, "I know there's a king inside of you. You're gonna give me the man that you deserve. You're gonna give me the man that I deserve. Yeah. Give me the man that I deserve." And that jolted me. And it pulled out, and it has been, for the past 12, 13 years, whatever the case may be. It's been pulling out the best in me, because I know there's a better man than me. And I want to give her that. I want to see that dude. I want to see the best Jackson Drumgoole. I haven't seen him yet. I want to see him. The best guy I've seen and the worst guy. I'm not impressed by either one of them.
Right.
So
this is a transparent conversation.
we gotta keep it 100.
That's good.
I'm not impressed by either one of them. So I want to see the best that Jackson Drumgoole can be. But her calling that out, like I say, that was one of the turning points. And if I said anything to other women when they speaking to their husbands, speak to the king. There's a king and a fool in every man. Yeah. Speak to the king more often than a fool, and that's what you'll get. And so that's exactly what she did for me and has been doing for me for all these years. She speaks to the Christ in me, speaks to the God in me, and allows me to do the same thing, for the kids and for her in the household.
Not all the time, but majority of the time, I do try to speak to the king.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hear you talking about children. How many children do you have in the family?
Yeah,
5 and a grand.
Congrats on being a grandmama, grandpapa.
G-man.
Yeah. I'm in the tribe now myself.
I feel you. Yeah.
I am. So let me move on to my next question that I have for you. What is your advice for creating healthy, balanced, and thriving relationships?
What you think?
I think the first one is communication. Communication is like the biggie in my eyes. In our eyes, it's like the biggie.
Respect. it's this book that came out years ago, talked about love and respect. The man wants respect, the woman wants love. I have these 6 S's that I have to share every time.
Yeah.
I believe in these S's. I say every man, he needs sex, status, and sustenance. Naked cheerleader with food. That's every man needs that. That's a need. That's not a want. That's not a desire. That's like his base, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is what the brother needs. He got to have it. A woman, on the other hand, she needs safety, security, and stability. Right? Safety, security, and stability. She needs to know that whatever she has is hers and it's not going anywhere, and it's there. It's there forever. If she does that, she can thrive. She can create. She can do designed to do.
And then I can be that naked.
Then she can be that naked cheerleader with food.
Absolutely, yeah.
No problem.
Oh,
let's take a commercial break then, real quick. No, but she has no problem doing that. Like I say, what I share with brothers often is, if I say yes during the day, she'll say yes at night. I don't hear a lot of no's at night because she doesn't hear a lot of no's during the day.
Right.
And so we complement each other based on that. You take care of my needs, I'm taking care of your needs, and we're gonna keep this party rolling.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just and I love your advice, and yes, you always have some letters and instruction to go with it. You had your P's. I thought you were going to give us some P's because I know you got your P's.
I got P's for being a patriarch, for being a fatherhood. That's fatherhood.
There you go. Yeah. So I do. Hold on, I got another. Oh, naked cheerleader with food. Someone obviously.
Somebody got that.
They did catch it. They caught it.
You shot now. That's right. Take it with you.
So your single life when you were dating, right? Because I want to, I think you all have some really good advice for not just couples that are married, but also for dating. So as you see dating now, because it's very different now, and more specifically dating over 40, how do we, cultivate meaningful relationships from where you're now sitting, in this age and stage of the game?
Challenging. It's not challenging.
Because we met later.
Yeah, I can say it's not.
Later in life. Well, according to society, it would have been a little later.
Right.
I thought I was old at the time, but now I realize I was not.
She was 29 years old when I snatched her up.
I was like, I'm about to be 30.
Yes.
Playing no games.
What's going on? Willian?
Yeah.
Hey, sweetie.
So it was like,
So
it was like, I'm about to be 30. I thought that was like a big, But I
had, let's see, when I met her, I had already been divorced. I had I think Trey was about 5 years old. My young son, my oldest son was about 5 years old. And I didn't want to experience what I experienced before. And so I went through counseling. I am a huge proponent of therapy and counseling. I've been going through counseling 20 something years. I have no problem. I told you, sis, I need help.
Hey, we got to normalize counseling, so it is okay.
That's right. It is. We have to normalize it. Exactly right. And so the if anything, how to cultivate meaningful relationship is, man, honestly, get to know you.
Yeah.
Get to know you, what you like, what you don't like. This is not a time to compromise because you think time is running out. It's not a time to settle for less because you think you think the market is dried up. It is completely not.
Yeah.
You have to know you. You have to know what your likes are, what your dislikes are. Now I'll go back to my counseling session. Like I said again, I was married for about 5-6 years, divorced at like 28, 29 years old, and I said, you know what? I don't ever want to. Whatever I went through, whoever that was, that experienced that, I don't want to go through that again. So my counselor had me to do a few things, and I'll share that with you. First thing he said, well, can you raise your child without your ex-wife? Do you feel like you can be a good father, a dialed in dad without her? And it took me a few weeks to kind of reconcile that. And I said, yeah, I can be a good dad. He said, okay, why do you choose the type of women that you choose? And he had me to break that down. And it took me a while to break that down. And then the last two things he had me do, which are very important. what are things that don't matter to you? In other words, what are some what are some throwaways? At the time, I promise you, I didn't care if she was white, black. I didn't care if she was 300 pounds. I didn't care if she got a degree, didn't have a degree. I just needed a woman that loved Jackson and was real. It was willing to rock with me. He said, "Okay, got it. Now give me some non-negotiables." Now you hear he took me through all these phases and stages to get down to my base model. Okay, this is who you really are, Jackson. This took about a 6-7 month period.
Right.
And he said, "Okay, come up with 5 things that you absolutely, intrinsically, holistically have to have in your wife." And so those 5 things for Jackson, say are, I need a woman who feared God more than she feared me, because I understood then, even then, at 29, 30 years old, that I could talk a cat off a fish truck. I knew I was born and raised from them, and I knew I could talk anybody out anything. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a woman that said, "You know what? I'm not going to hell or jail for you. I'm gonna stand my ground." I needed that. A second thing, I needed a woman that had a great relationship with her father, because I needed someone who understood the protocol of a household. Not that a man's going to lord over a woman, but she understands my role and my purpose and my position in the household. Number 3 was a woman that wanted to be with me and didn't need to be with me. That was vitally important for Jackson. A woman that wanted to be with me and didn't need to be with me. Keep in mind, I wasn't making a bunch of money. It wasn't least. It was a woman that needed me to drag her along, needed me to, for any particular reason. She wanted to be with me. Number 4, a woman that recognized that my job was not my identity. Because at the time I was in the reserves and I was selling cars, and that's what I was doing. I wasn't and hustling, doing stuff on the side, but I wasn't, building a legacy like I wanted to. Again, I had been divorced and I was pretty much starting over from scratch. And the last thing, number 5, was a woman that understood that children were my legacy and I needed to have a lot of them. It wasn't a want for me. It wasn't a want. It was an intrinsic. I needed that. I needed, because I had some things I needed to do in life, and I knew that, I promise you, I knew I was going to run out of time, energy, and interest.
Yeah.
I needed children to be able to carry on some of these things. And so I literally wrote those things down. And at the time, I was a graphic design and marketing major, right, at this particular school at USC. And I couldn't afford the counseling, so I went to the school counselor. That's what gave me life. But me and his brother sat down, like I say, for months, and he just brought me in his office and he just laid these things out. And so he said, I was a graphic design guy. So he said, "Okay, you're a creative guy. I want you to draw her. I want you to design her. So what do you need? What do you need?" And I sketched her out. I sketched her out, from her eyebrows to her shoe size to everything and stuff that I needed. Right. And when I walked into this party one evening, who thing here showed up. And I walked outside. She
looking for chicken wings.
Looking for some chicken wings.
I wasn't trying to meet anybody.
I got 5 kids out of it. Come on, somebody. You'll keep your chicken wing eating stuff at the house next time. So cultivating meaningful relationships starts with literally digging deep and determining what you need, because there's so much out there. You go to Walmart, you can pick anything off the shelf.
Yeah, you can.
or if you know that you are a Chanel, individual. If you know you're a Gucci individual, if you're a Louis, and you ain't even shopping in Walmart.
Right.
You're a luxury brand person, so you go where you need. You get what you need from where you need it from. Yeah. And so I always tell people, to go where you want to be. All right. Yeah. You go where you want to be. So if I picture myself taking trips for the rest of my life, then I'm gonna get on the plane. I'm gonna take trips, and I may find my bride there. Yeah. Right. If I like jazz cruises, and I'll say, well, I'm going on jazz cruise. I'm not gonna wait till I get married to find my mate to go on jazz cruise. I'm going on jazz cruise because guess what? My mate may be there. If I'm a church going dude, then you know what? You're gonna find me in church because that's where I need to be, because that's where I want to find my bride. I may find my bride there.
Right. Don't compromise. Right.
So don't compromise.
Like, don't go to a club. Like, you're not a club person. So, well, a lot of people at the club. So I'm just go to a club and, find a mate. That's not what you usually do. Don't do that. To go. Right.
Right.
someone.
Right. Anything you want to add on? Anything I missed?
Well, yeah, because I should don't know. Wait a minute. So this car salesman that can, what'd you say? You could talk a cat off of what?
Talk the cat off a fish truck. Come on now. That's country.
So this car salesman shows up. That's a student, that's going to the school counselor for therapy.
Yeah.
And girl, he walks into your life as you on your journey looking for chicken wings. Talk to me now.
I was
Tell me how this all happened.
We might need to rewrite the story.
Yeah. Start over.
Right.
It was very unexpected. It was very, very unexpected because me and a friend of mine, we're headed to Applebee's actually to eat because as people know, I like food.
Right.
We're headed to Applebee's. Then my other friend, Chandra, thank you, girl. She was like, come over here because they were watching her and her then fiance, now her husband. They were watching a fight, a boxing
match. Yeah, boxing match.
Yeah.
Right.
So and Jackson worked with him, so he happened to be there. And she was like, I was like, no, we're going to Applebee's. She was like, well, I have chicken wings. I said, okay, well, we're going there for the free food, and he was there.
Came out with 5 kids. But here's the conversation afterwards. I'm telling you. So when I picked her up, so dude was trying to talk to her. Brother was trying to talk to her, and I said,
"Of course, she's beautiful. Of course.
Look at me one more time. She is gorgeous.
She is.
She looks at me one more time. I'm going to grab her." So she smiled, and she had braces at the time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was just cute to me. And so I walked up to her. I said, "Let me talk to you outside for a minute." And she got up. She went outside. Her friends looking at her like, "Don't go with that guy.
Where you going? You don't know him.
You don't know this guy."
I feel comfortable going outside with him. I don't know.
So I got her outside. Hey, what's going on, Renee? I got her outside. And I said, "Hey, I don't have any other game. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I just want to get you away from all of them." And from that time, when she said, "I don't like game," but from that day on, we exchanged cards. But I shared with her my vision. I shared with her that night what I was trying to do. Because I didn't want to waste any time. I've already know what I want. Mm-hmm. At this point, I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. And I promise, I said this to her the other day. She looked like an individual that wanted to go on an adventure.
Wow.
And I had one for her.
Yeah.
She liked an individual. You can tell she was a down home girl, but at the same time, you can tell she wanted to go on an adventure in life.
Yeah.
And so that's what we've been doing.
Yes, you have. So let me ask you a question that is just my own personal queer inquiry is, knowing who you are, Jack, and let me come back on the screen so people can see who's actually talking to you. But knowing who you are and knowing how, huge your personality is, and you're such you dream enormous, right? Gigantic. How has that been for you as his wife?
Yeah.
Watching this man with all of these dreams, going after all of these, standing on platforms, speaking to, hundreds or thousands of people, traveling all over the place. How's that experience been for you as the wife, watching him be so magnanimous in his own self?
Yeah. It's amazing because this guy, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
So when I see him, I am the proudest person ever. And I'm his biggest cheerleader,
Yeah, true.
Not always a naked cheerleader, but
not always naked. We're working on that part.
But
me.
But I am very, very, very proud of the things that he has accomplished. And when I met him, I did see so much potential. I knew that he wasn't just Augusta dude. Now, I'm not getting a writer from Augusta.
No shade.
No shade. That's not what I'm saying.
All day long. Augusta, Georgia. That's right.
But I knew that there was something different about him, and I knew.
Likewise.
I knew that. He was different, and that's why I went outside with him even before we even had a conversation. Yeah. I just knew, to answer your question, I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Very, very proud of him.
Oh,
You know, I will share this with you, and ShDonna, you may not have heard our interview, but I interviewed with Jack some time ago. I think he was in Korea. I want to say he was in Korea.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said was, and I'm definitely going to probably chew it up, but Jack remembers everything. So he will correct me. But he shared that you gave him a soft place to land. And I thought that was the most profound and beautiful thing for this man to say about you.
Yeah.
So that's what he tells folks.
that's the word in the street.
Yeah, that's what he tells folks. So I just thought it was beautiful. And it, I'll be very honest. I listened to you, Jack, that night, and later on, I kind of thought about, what do I want to be to my potential partner, to my future partner, to my future husband, and that is what I long to be.
Yeah,
is that so I need to take a page out of your wife's playbook, because that is truly my desire. Because when you said it, it just hit different. It made so much sense, and from that is, so these last, I guess, like year or 2 years, that's what I've been longing to be at some point for my partner.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
That is beautiful. That's awesome. Beautiful. But it's true. That's exactly what she brings.
Yeah.
And what that does is it allows me to go to some hard, rough places and do some things that I would normally do, because I know that if I come home, I promise you this, if I fail miserably, if I came back home with nothing in my pocket, and private, whatever the case may be, if I came back with nothing, I know that she and my children are still going to love me. I'm still dad. I'm still husband. I'm still her best friend.
Yeah.
But it makes all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. I can imagine it does. So that is beautiful. This is why I honor you both, and I wanted you here tonight.
We appreciate that. Appreciate you.
All right. So for couples, love languages. What are your thoughts in understanding, considering your partner's love language?
It's huge.
It's huge.
You need to know.
Yeah,
you have to know.
Yeah. I mean, so the 5 love languages, of course.
I do.
Gary Chapman's book, and he, when he broke that thing out years ago, it was, it was like everybody's like, "Oh wow, that's amazing," which it is. It is amazing, and it's vital. And so when we look at our love languages, like mine are words of affirmation and physical touch, right? And for me to know that's my point. Like I said, you have to know your stuff. Know what yours are, so that you can say, hey, you're giving the person the playbook on you. This is what motivates me. This is if you want to get anything out of me, here it is right here. Yeah. And so if you want the car washed, 3 days a week, like I said, where it gets rewarded, gets repeated, right?
Yes.
And so if you want, you want dinner cooked, just say certain things. So with my wife, it's oh, look at it. Oh, I know it's physical touch. Yeah, physical touch and quality time.
Yes.
I'm about to say, of course.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I can understand it. I can understand.
And that can be different as well. Like for me, physical touch is different from his physical touch.
Yeah.
Like for me, I just want to, and for him, it's like physical touch. Physical touch.
You said physical touch?
It can be interpreted a little different.
That's right, it can be interpreted. But we had to know that. And that was another piece too, where we had to really discuss when we first got married. Hey, listen, your physical touch is different than my physical touch. So can we come up with another way? Because we can't be doing this every day.
Right.
This is not what we're going to do for 200 years. All right. And so we had to come up with different ways. And that's my point of just getting to know one another, getting to know yourself, knowing what you can and, what you can and can't do, and just respecting one another.
And just to add and to ask, the love language, understanding your partner's love language and choosing to love and show them that, I think is huge, right? Because it's really a choice. It may not even be your preferred language to speak, but when you choose to love your partner, or you choose to pursue your partner and love your partner, it's something that I believe that you should take into consideration, so that they feel the connection, they feel the love, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like her quality time piece is probably like laying in bed a little longer than I would like to lay in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get up. I want to get up 4:30 in the morning and get the party going.
Yeah, he got to take on the day. I'm sure.
My God. It's getting slower these days, but still, I want to get up.
We're different. We're different in there.
Saturday mornings, I'm ready. I'm like, we can get a lot.
Saturday.
We can get a lot done today. We can get a lot done.
I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to relax. I don't want everything that you have on your list that you're saying you want to do. I don't want to do any of that. None of it. None of it
that you want to do. Zero.
If it's saying going to dinner or brunch or something, yes.
After 5:30 p.m.
But anything else, I got.
She may do a brunch. That's about it.
I do a brunch.
She do a brunch. That's great.
Other stuff on the list that we have to conquer today, I don't want to do any of that.
We conquered it all.
Right. And look, understanding Jack, I've been knowing him for a few years. Of course, you lived with him for years, but just understanding him on the surface, this whole, dress right, dress type of mentality that he has, I can totally only imagine how crazy it is.
So lately, though, what our Saturdays look a lot like, he and the kids are going to conquer whatever it is that he
got it.
And I am at the house.
She's right here.
So his kids they have his personality. They want to go as well.
Wow.
They want to rip and run.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's all good though.
I don't want to do that.
So you did well with your legacy then, Jack.
right. Yeah. And they all understand it. They respect it.
They'll take it with it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you did well with the legacy then. All right, so let me go into the next question. So here's another question. How do couples rekindle the fires of romance from time to time?
Ooh, got to change it up.
Yeah.
You got to communicate.
Yeah.
What do you want? What we're still having to do is say, where are you now?
Mm-hmm.
I know where you were when we first met, but kids, career, age, everything else, health, where are you now? What do you need now?
What's the question you always ask? You used to always ask me.
How we doing?
How we doing?
I was asking,
how we doing?
How we doing? How we doing? And she'll say, well, we're okay. We're okay. Again, because we admittedly, like I said, I'm the communicator in the family, and she'll tell me, listen, if something's wrong, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
We
got to sit here and have a whole board meeting about what he thinks is going on or what you talk about. If I say I'm cool, I'm cool.
She cool.
So Jack, do you put together the PowerPoint for the family?
Close. Yeah. You should be embarrassed. Yeah. That's a change.
PowerPoint, Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
But if I can turn this camera around, you'll see a chalkboard. You'll see a whiteboard back there. Oh! If I could turn this camera around,
send the text. He's sending the family text. And just watch this video. Like, I'm not want to watch that.
I'm sending classroom videos to the family on the family chat. I want them to know everything I know.
Yeah.
They could care less. They could care less.
The poor kids are like, I have to do this, but Daddy wants us to watch this video. I'm like, baby, do your schoolwork. We'll take care of Daddy. You don't have to watch the video right now.
She protects them from me.
I get it. I understand. I do. You just seem like that type. So It's not that I knew it, but because
you're spot on, sister.
Yeah.
I've become that type over the years. I have. I'm a planner. It's true. I'm a planner.
You are. And I know that, again, I think and I believe that you see your family as your team. And so and I remember hearing you say it, everyone has their position. And so, this is kind of how It's how I think. That's my framework. So I think it's wise for couples that are watching us to kind of tune in, because this man and woman, they have a blueprint. They're still figuring it out, but at least they have a good blueprint of how things can possibly go.
Right. And the artist in me wants to kind of let stuff flow.
Yeah.
But then that other part of me like, no, come on back, brother. Come on back. So there is an art and a science to the relationship. There's an art and science. And the art part does lean towards her and say, okay, am I going too far here?
Yeah.
Or,
I want him to relax a little bit more. I want him to, just let this. We've said it from the beginning. Let's just just let it be. Let's just flow and just see what happens.
I hate it. Let it be. Oh,
we were dating. It was like, let's just flow. Let's just see where it goes. Let's,
yeah. I hate it. Let it be, but let it be has really it's kept my blood pressure down.
Yeah,
hypertension down. It's allowed me to kind of let certain things just go.
Yeah,
and to and she's taught me to celebrate myself.
Yeah,
that's a biggie.
I never have. Never.
Really?
Zero. Never have. Never have. Everything's always okay. Well, I didn't make it here. Let me do here. If I didn't do here, let me do here.
Or I made it here. What's next?
What's
right?
Stay
here.
Enjoy this.
Enjoy this.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. So back to the question, to rekindle the fire. It really is to just get to know each other where you are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope y'all heard that. All right. So let me go to this one here. What do you want most for couples and for singles? So I say couples meaning married, and singles, those that are, I guess in pursuit of.
I mean, I want them to thrive. I mean, I want, like we said before, we know that healthy selves make a healthy community.
Right.
So if we have ourselves together either as a couple or individually, I think our community will be better for it.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Healthy, strong offspring. I mean, and when we talk about offspring, it's not necessarily children. It's whatever that couple produces.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like that show on television, I think it was called Black Love.
I love that show.
That show, husband and wife team, they got married. And they say they're just going to travel around and interview other couples.
Yes.
And the documentary and put it out there before they even start having children. But they've already birthed, a new narrative for Black couples.
Absolutely.
So that's their offspring. And so what I want for couples, honestly, is like I said, just to love one another and be able to put good product out there, whatever that product is, services out there. Same thing for singles. And that's one of the biggest misnomers, that everybody has to be married. There's one woman for every man.
That's right.
If you are a whole single person, you out there knocking down walls, continue to knock down walls. You produce things too. Everybody produces. Everybody has an amazing offspring. So it's just be whole, be complete.
Yeah.
And just love yourself.
That's why we have that mindset of, I'm supposed to be married, and then they'll just go and grab anybody and you're due.
Yeah.
And wind up in a mess.
Big mess. Exactly right.
Big mess. All right. So if you had, or if you could talk to couples around the world, which I'm speaking it into existence, you are, right?
Yeah.
What is your message? What is your overarching message for couples around the world?
Man, the scripture truly says the two shall become one flesh. Understand that it is a process. You shall become one flesh. It is a process. Marriage is truly like a crucible where two different elements and atoms come together and they're being crushed. I wish I had my thing.
Lord,
your spreadsheet or your PowerPoint. No, I'm just kidding.
I got props downstairs. I got props, woman.
I know you do.
But two different atoms coming together and they're producing one beautiful thing. And that takes time. It takes patience. And it's a process. And so if it takes 10, 20, 30, 40 years, the couple needs to get together. I would love for couples to come together and say, who are we becoming? What is that thing?
Let's decide.
Let's discover. Let's decide. Let's determine what it is. Why God put us together. Out of all the people on this planet, the 8 million folks or whatever on this planet, why did He put you and I together? And what are you and I supposed to produce? I'm telling you, that's one of the most powerful things to do, because there is an assignment on every couple.
Yep.
Right.
And it's our job to discover that thing so that we can develop it and we can deploy it. We have to put it out there in the world. We have to develop it. And that's what this whole piece is. And God gave us, the sanctity of marriage in order to grow, in order to cultivate this thing. Gave us sex so we can enjoy each other, get to know each other, grow closer together. And then so we can, honestly, here's the thing, that we rub on each other.
Yeah.
Those things, that stuff that's on me that doesn't need to be on me. I'm a very, like you can imagine, very impulsive individual. And she's very calm and very thoughtful and very considerate. So if it were up to just Jackson, which I have in the past, I'll give away all the money. I'll give time. I'll do all this stuff. Hey, bruh, calm down.
We balance each other off.
We balance each other off. So when we met, we discovered immediately what our family foundational scripture was, and it's James 1:27, that we take true and undefiled religion before God is this, that you take care of widows and orphans. Both of that's our heart. Our heart is really to take care of young people, take care of those marginalized individuals. We identified this 20 years ago, that's just who we were as a person.
Yeah,
that's what we do as a couple. And so that's what our children.
A heart for others.
We have a heart for other people. She's a former social worker.
Yeah.
And now educator, and that's what she does. She's in the schools truly advocating for those marginalized children, the most vulnerable ones that otherwise would be cast away, thrown into the principal's office, just disciplined. Those particular kids. She's in the schools just for that. And so that's what our purpose is. We know that our children have, that's what they do now. When I ask them, hey, what problem are you solving on this? If you had a problem to solve, what problem would you solve? One told me the other day, and she's 12. She said, I said, whose cause would you champion? That's what I asked her. Whose cause would you champion? And she said, I want to take care of children with disabilities. I don't like the way they're being mistreated. And they've been protecting children with disabilities since they were kindergarten.
Yeah. Wow.
Playground when nobody else is playing with the little kids.
Yeah.
My children run over there and play with them. I didn't teach them how to do that.
Yeah.
But it's the DNA that came together here that we rub each other, and it's the DNA that came out of us that God placed in us, and that's our offspring. Yeah. They find the marginalized, they find the most vulnerable, and they rally around and go protect them.
I know my sister here; she can attest to that. Like, how I've always gravitated to
the most vulnerable and those who need to be protected. And it's not like we 7 feet tall or anything. We average individuals. But, but the whole point is,
I will protect you.
Yeah, the whole point is, and I say, our faith.
Yeah,
God empowers us to do that. That's what he empowers us to do that. And so when we're flowing in our giftings, when we're flowing in what God told us to do, He gives us the empowerment to do it. He gives us the energy to do it. He gives us the wisdom to do it. He gives us the resources to do it, because He's given us the desire to do it. And so my thing is for each couple to discover that thing.
Yeah.
Find out what that purpose is. Why'd y'all come together? And then watch God empower it. Because ultimately that's what it's about. He's trying to accomplish something on the planet, trying to get it done. He doesn't do. We always say, where's God? Where's God? Like, I love what you was doing. You were years ago, I don't know if you're still doing it, but you were supplying coats and supplying blankets for folks.
Yeah, I still do it. When I heard you talk about your wife, I'm like, yeah, honey, I know that feeling, girl.
And I remember, I don't know how many years ago was this, because you and I have met 6, 7, I don't know how many years ago that was.
Quite some time. I was at Fort Belvoir working.
Yeah. And I remember it was a time that you were, I think the place that you were all staying, the apartment complex or the condo you were in, burned down.
It burned down it sure did.
And you were out there collecting clothes and collecting blankets for other people.
I sure was. Look, and I know this is your interview, but you brought that up. But I tell you what's funny about that. They during that time, I never forget that actual fire. 2 days later, you're right, I had an event in Woodbridge, Virginia, and I was out delivering all the items that I had collected and taking pizza into the woods and things like that. And one of the homeless guys, he's now since passed, he said, "Hey, Queenie, I heard what happened. So if you need somewhere to stay, I got an extra tent out here." And
wow.
Let me tell you, it was, when I tell you, it was the biggest offer that I had. I mean, it meant the most.
Yeah.
I just, it enveloped me, when he said that. And I remember going back to my car crying, thinking he has very little. And even in his deficit, he wants to give me a place to stay. So this is why I do what I do, right? This is why I do, because I've been blessed with plenty.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why I do what I do, right? So
that's what's up.
Yeah. So I understand that heart that you're speaking of, that heart to help and to give and to, to be of service.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And you couldn't stop it if you wanted to, could you?
No, I couldn't. Now I just do it with less cameras in tow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So ultimately, if we had any message, absolutely would be for individuals, couples and singles to find, follow, and finish their God-given purpose. Discover, develop, and deploy their gift in the world, because that's what's needed. That's what's needed.
I love it. I love it. So ShDonna, whenever he gets these 5 F's and 3 R's and L's, and do you be sitting right there like, how do you come up with this stuff?
Yeah, I watch it come out of him. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Nice. I've helped with a few, acronyms. I don't know. I don't remember, but I've helped with a few acronyms here and there.
And we call
Don't call me. I don't remember right now, but I have, a few acronyms of my own. I'll bring them out sometimes, another time.
Girl, look, I have to go to one of my books. Like, where's that thing I wrote down?
Exactly.
Some people just have to give. I do not have to give to remember those things. I go back to what I wrote, honey, and put my glasses on and be like, okay.
Yeah.
I borrow stuff from the ages. This is stuff that's not new. It's just out of these old books from different people, different philosophers, different thinkers. Yeah, I'll get them.
It's okay. It's timeless, and you sure you give it to us. You do. So ShDonna, I know that you are vegan. I mean, I know you're a healthy eater. So are you still vegan, still plant-based?
I am trying. I still, dibble and dab in, meat here and there, but I'm really, really, really trying to become a plant-based eater.
Yeah.
The family, everybody.
Yeah, we're trying to do it as a family. We just try. The thing is, we just have to figure out. I want to make sure, like with the kids, I want to make sure that they get everything that they need. Like I know, a lot of people think that only protein is in meat, which is not true. So I have to make sure that we have those veggies with the protein in it as well, so to make sure they get everything they need. But we're definitely want to move toward veganism as a family.
Yeah, but I pass by Wendy's every day.
Yeah,
so I pass by Wendy's every day on the way home from work.
You don't have to stop.
But the car automatically
he goes to Wendy's.
Yeah, it's Wendy's. Seriously? No shade, Wendy's, but seriously?
And then he hurry up and eat before he gets home on his way home, and then throws the trash away at the gas station.
There's a gas station down the street.
But you can smell Wendy's when he walk in the door.
I don't immediately go to her for a kiss. I kind of dodge her a little bit.
I'm like,
go to the bathroom, brush, life together, like I'm smoking or something. You know what I
mean? Right. So one other thing, since we're talking about health, and I know that I see you as a family working out. Now, I probably don't have to ask where that came from, but I would love to know about the family workout journey, because I don't want to, I don't want to throw him under the bus. I know that man.
Throw him under the bus. Why
she did him?
She did.
So, but yes, tell me about this family fitness journey that I've seen you all.
It really is just about creating confident kids. It's about creating a confident family. We all know that a strong physical body leads to a strong mind, strong heart, strong health, the whole point. And I want my children to have a lifestyle of doing just that. I'm not trying to create Olympic athletes. If they come out, great, but I want them to be able to physically handle themselves, have a lifestyle of movement. Like I say, body in motion tends to stay in motion. So we want to create those habits. And again, she works out. She's certified fitness instructor herself. She's been doing it for years.
Yes.
So it's not just me.
No. I think more of you get us more into like the weights, and I've never been into doing weights and stuff, but you've helped us to incorporate that into our fitness. We've always done cardio, but he helps us to get strength training into our
right.
So which one is more like the drill sergeant? Just wondering.
Who?
Which one is more like which one of you is more like the drill sergeant in the family fitness team?
Oh, family fitness team.
Oh
wow. I'm telling you.
I don't know if we have a drill sergeant.
I can't say it's a drill sergeant.
She go hard, Jack.
Go hard. I'm saying I give up after a few reps. I'm like, I'm good today. I'm good. No, matter of fact, we'll do a workout with the kids, right? We may do a 20-minute hit training with the kids, right?
Yeah.
And I clear them out the garage. So y'all get out we have the whole garage kitted out, and we'll clean up. and they'll go in the house and she look at me. She said, "Hey, can we do another 20, 30 minutes?" I'm like, "No, I'm done. I did it."
No,
Can we get some more? No, fine. I'll see you tomorrow.
See, I don't think about the stuff that I have eaten. So I'm just trying to make up for the stuff that I ate. As I mentioned earlier, I like the food.
So she guilt trains.
So I do. I like working out though. I like working out, but I also guilt train. Yeah.
I like Wendy's. I have no guilt.
I cannot believe Wendy's. Wendy's is your vice. I cannot believe that, Jack.
I know.
No shade, Wendy's. Just in case. No shade.
I had time to go today. I would have gone today.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me what's next for you two.
We're gonna, So I'm retiring from the military. That's big.
Wow.
Retiring from the military after 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a huge change because that's all we've known. Our marriage. Though I was prior service a little bit before I met her, I had never been an Army officer, so this was this was a new thing for both of us, and we've grown together during this time period. We've learned a lot about one another, and just last night we had the conversation. She said, "Hey, don't be that guy. You know, that guy is the guy that comes home and retires and aggravates everybody in the house.
Yeah,
because he has nothing to do. Don't be that guy. So I won't be that guy. So we'll continue to build working and winning in marriage. We're working on several projects, of course, but more importantly, just successfully, gracefully transitioning out of the military. We have some individual things that we're working on, but ultimately, we want to get to know each other. Take some time to get to know each other.
Yeah, nice.
These past, we can probably put on a calendar on really how long we've actually been together.
Yeah,
with Korea, Iraq, and all different places. But to just sit in each other's face for a while and say, you know what, let's just enjoy one another for a little while.
Get to know one another.
Know one another again.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the guy was at 30 years old when we met. I'm not him, thank God, anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all love. It's all love. All right. So for those that want to follow you or find your group, and I know that you definitely protect your tribe, but for those that may be listening, how can they follow you, or how can they become part of your group, or just share that with those that are listening?
Go to working and winning in marriage. It's on a Facebook group, and you have a few questions, of course, to answer, and just some things you got to respect and honor other people's opinions, but more importantly, it is a group for growth.
Yeah, safe place.
It is a safe place, and like I said, we focus there on what we call our 3 tenets of health, wealth, and legacy. So we believe that every is the foundations of every successful marriage. Every successful person, they focus on the health, wealth, and legacy. One brother, I didn't create this portion, but he said this. He said everybody cares about their bank, their body, and their boo. Their bank. Okay. Boo. But I came up with health legacy 15 years ago. So we but I like what he said. I'm like, bro, I like what you said, bro. And so we want to focus on those things. So we bring in other folks. You're not going to just hear from us.
No, we don't have it all.
Yeah, we don't have it all. Like I said,
everything.
There's no patent to a perfect marriage, other than having a group of folks around you that you trust, and we believe we trust, that will speak into the lives of other folks. So we have fitness instructors on there. We're doing webinars. We'll be doing courses, talking finance, talking investments. We'll be talking cooking. Again, everything that pertains to life.
Yeah, you want to do virtual date night. Have couples, just like a Zoom with them, just kind of hang out.
Yeah, exactly. During this trying time. And just honestly, just be a community of folks that want to see each other win. It's we believe in we over me all day long. All day long.
Love it. Well, listen, you two, I appreciate you for dropping by on this Monday night for my happy hour, my Monday motivation. And again, I'm not married, but I take so much from both of you. I love seeing couples happy. I love seeing couples that are not finished, still on the wheel. God's still working on them. And then they're sowing and pouring into people like myself and to others. And so I really appreciate you joining me tonight and welcoming me to the group.
Come on in the group, girl.
Come on.
So thank you so much again for joining me. And I know Jack, I know you guys, I know y'all have the website. I know the kids were doing some amazing things. I know you got merchandise, you got everything. So tell your website one more time so listeners can get it.
So my website is jacksondrumgoole.com. Just jacksondrumgoole.com. You can look at the spelling there. And the kids, they have their own website called 5 Arrows Apparel.
Number 5.
Yeah, the number 5 Arrows Apparel, and they create some amazing products on there as well.
They make homemade soaps.
They make homemade soaps, homemade masks. They do all kind of stuff. They just have fun with it.
Okay, so see, it is truly a family affair. Now, y'all know my kids are grown, so I'm restarting my life. So,
Amen.
Yes, I'm restarting it. So I'm taking a little bit here and there from those that I look up to. Yeah, from those that I look up to, I'm taking a little bit on my journey as well. And I know I'll be able to use it along the way. So thank you again for dropping these nuggets. Thank you guys for being authentic and transparent. And just thank you for being who you are and for giving of yourself in so many ways. I appreciate it personally. I know others will as well. So for those of you that listen to my Monday motivation tonight, I hope you got something from it. I hope you were inspired. I hope that you can take some of these things that were talked about on the show tonight, take them throughout your week, turn around and love and kiss on the people that you love and those that are closest to you. Keep God as the center of your relationship, as you heard here. They're a true testament of that. And continue to build your legacy as you see fit. And find that partner. Go find someone looking for chicken wings. I mean,
get out there.
It worked for me.
Yeah, go find someone looking for chicken wings. I don't know about a car salesman, but you gotta see his potential.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Don't see where he is. Don't see his place. See his potential.
So thank you again.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for trusting us with your audience.
With your audience. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, you know what, you guys, like I said, I watched you and as I asked Jackson to come, I was like, no, you know what? Bring your wife along. You know what? Jack is awesome, but wait, you told me what she gave to you, so she needs to be here.
She's it. That's it.
Thank you so much. So you guys hang out for a second. I'm gonna close this out of the studio. Turn off, let Facebook and YouTube have a rest. Thank you all of those that are watching. Join me again next Monday for another Monday motivation. I'll have actually have an executive coach on next week, and we'll be talking about things that are possible. So make sure you join us, and I hope to see you all there. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Now get out here and go love on somebody now.
Yes.